Hello everybody and welcome back to another classic horror review. So The Hills Have Eyes was the second film by Wes Craven, and it's the film that made him most notable before he went on to make A Nightmare on Elm Street. His first film, 1972's Last House on the Left, didn't really click critically or commercially, but The Hills Have Eyes in 1974 became an instant cult classic. It follows this stereotypical American family going out to the deserts of Nevada. They then get hunted down by tribes of cannibals who have been affected with nuclear radiation. This is a really well done social commentary on the right-wing American government, because when we first see these cannibal tribes, they're basically seen as nothing but savages. But as the film progresses, the surviving family members become more hostile, and it's almost like they become what the tribe was seen as before. And in this situation, if the family members are representing the American government, maybe the real savages were the friends we made maybe the real savages was the American government all along. So there's quite a lot to unpack with this movie, but we'll start with the characters and the way they're perceived. This movie does a fantastic job at establishing this rich white family. The tribe is often seen as being a bit sympathetic, even if they do some terrible things later in the movie. The sympathy towards the tribe members is much better done in the remake, but then again, the remake is a much better movie than this, which may shock you to hear if you haven't seen it, but trust me on this. However, this movie is still very good at what it does. I think this film tackles generations pretty good as well, having the younger family members showing more vulnerability. This is also evident in the cannibals as well, because the redeemed and sympathetic one is a young girl. The character designs on the tribe members are also really good. Again, not quite as good as a remake, but for the time and also the budget of this film, it looks really great. The acting is also surprisingly good. Robert Houston's performance as Bobby was a little rough around the edges, but I liked the performance of Susan Lanier as Brenda, and I'm a pretty big fan of Michael Berryman as an actor. Also, visually, this movie looks really good for its budget. Everything is so stylized. This is one of the most influential stylistic grindhouse movies. There isn't a large amount of gore here, but when there is gore, it doesn't hold back. There's probably only so much I can show on screen here, but even when the gore is minimal, the implied violence is pretty intense. It's a bit like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that sense. Like the scene when the cannibals break into the van is terrifying despite not having much gore. Now, there is a bit of sexual assault in that scene, and I'm not going to say that it was necessary in order to shock the audience, but it is effective either way, and didn't show so much that it felt too exploitive. However, if people disagree with this scene being here, I totally get that, and I understand why. But the whole movie is really good at building tension. When I saw this for the first time, and the cannibals stole the baby and held it for ransom, dude, I was hanging on the edge of my seat. Again, not quite as tense as the remake, but that movie is terrifying start to finish. So what do I think of the rest of the Hills Have Eyes franchise? Well, mixed. You see, in 1984, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 came out, and I don't know what happened there. I think this is the only Wes Craven movie that really gives me nothing to enjoy. However, things do look up because in 2006 we will be blessed with this amazing remake. But wait, there's more, because after that, The Hills Have Eyes 2. No, not The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, The Hills Have Eyes 2. Listen, upon rewatch, I don't hate this one as much as I did before, but man, it blows. I guess it's not as bad as the original Hills Have Eyes Part 2, but man, this one almost pisses me off even more. The military theme is kinda cool for a little while, but it kinda feels a bit generic at times. And there's like no tension in this movie compared to the terrifying ride of the original remake. This sequel was just a tremendous letdown. But anyway, that's about it. It was a very short one today. Wes Craven is one of my favourite directors of all time, and I want to start doing more of his films because some of those films just deserve more attention than they get. I feel like Shocker could be a pretty fun one to cover. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I think it's fun. Last House on the Left could be a good one to cover, although it might be a little bit hard to get that one not age restricted, not gonna lie. But yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, with that, goodbye.